Hi, everyone. Welcome to the show today here at Near Disney. Today, I am bringing you the best of everything within a 25-mile radius of Cinderella's castle, and of course, accompanied as always by our dream team. I had a little technical difficulty just before I hit the live button, and so the normal theme song music is not on my deck right now, where we usually put in the fun little jingle, but it goes do 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 do.
I think we all know it.
Fireworks coming up. Well, hey, long-time listeners, you may miss that, but just to wrap you up, we've got some great updates about the market and, of course, some stuff that you can get prepared for with Easter. I'm Elijah with Florida in Motion Realty here on Near Disney. They call me the Prince of Real Estate.
Hey, everyone. I'm Virginia Carlson with Florida in Motion and Near Disney, and I'm also known as Cinderella. Glad you can join us tonight.
And I'm Tanya with Florida in Motion Realty, also known as the Latin Princess. We're happy to be here.
That's awesome. So, yeah, as I was saying, it's kind of funny that this year Easter's kind of come early. I mean, we
so
kind of
early this year.
Mentally conceptualize it as like an April, sometimes even a mid-April sort of holiday, but now it's hitting us right in March. And so one of the fun things that, I don't know, maybe not everybody is in a place where this matters to them, but kid-friendly Easter egg hunts. Those are, a fun thing to either bring a kid to or just show up to for like some family fun wholesomeness. Orlando has got a few egg hunts on. Some of them are free. Some of them are a little more involved with stuff like petting zoos, and so they can be having a fee. What I'm going to do is kind of put a link here to orlandoparenting.com that's now showing up in the chat, and hopefully our Facebook outlets as well, if you feel like clicking on that and seeing some of the extravaganzas. I mean, there are ones happening kind of not all just on Easter. Maybe there's just like another day that works well for you, that are you can just join in areas like Orlando, Kissimmee, Claremont, Oviedo, with all different kinds of fun ways. Like I said, this is, and some of them are even indoor. Maybe they're just buffering against the springtime shower season in Orlando this time of year. But yeah, it's just kind of fun to see if you can just kind of browse through all the different fun ways that people are getting their eggs on, because Easter and Halloween are kind of like dichotomous holidays, but they have in common, like, they're candy centric. Yeah. So I don't know if you have any Easter traditions, or if you have a favorite spot that you like to go and get your eggs collected, then let us know in the chat. Some of these are actually fun because they break it down by age. Like,
I was going to say that's a good thing to kind of like look into, because they don't want, like 8-year-olds running out there with, the 1-year-olds who have just kind of learned how to walk and toppling them over, So if you do your research, you can find that they are definitely timed based on age. So it's a good thing to note.
Yeah, there's like under 5 and there's under 8 for some of these that are worth looking into, because it's just so adorable. You see those just little toddlers, like they try to grab one little egg, or when they come for Halloween, they get like one little piece of candy. And it's just amazing to note the difference in agility and in cognitive quickness just between 5 and 8. That's a whole different ballpark. So Easter egg, it's fun that it's early this year. I feel like we were just talking about St. Patrick's Day. So we love the holidays here on Near Disney. Definitely. So I'm going to just throw it over to the next article. Speaking of, when you're a kid, you might be hunting for Easter eggs, but when you're a home buyer, you hire an inspector to hunt for potential problems with the home that you've put an offer on. And we've just got maybe some insights about home inspections as well, if you'd like to take over there. It's you're not finding candy most of the time with these, but
no, hopefully you're finding good stuff, but not necessarily candy. Home inspections are definitely an important part of the home buying process, because they protect both the buyer and the seller, because you can kind of get a real insight into potential problems or lack thereof, which is even better. So things that we tell our buyers and the sellers for that matter that they need to understand when setting up an inspection or preparing to have the inspection take place, which is typically within anywhere between 3 and 15 days of signing a contract for sale. So some of the things that we want to talk about are the inspection might be mandatory because a lot of lenders might want to make sure that their borrowers can pay back the loan. And if there are significant repairs that are needed on the home, then they might look at it like, well, the house is in disarray. And so, we're not really confident that the loan can be paid back. So be prepared for an inspection being mandatory. Buyers can choose their own inspectors, but it's important to remember that the inspector needs to be a certified and bonded Florida inspector, not just somebody who says, oh, I can come into your house and look for the problems. I know what to look for. So you definitely want to make sure that you're going with a reputable company and that they are certified for an inspection, because then they'll be able to give you a really detailed report and everything will be on the up and up there. But
there's
you
a
can't.
lot of Uncle Mikes, that say
Right.
that they're handy and they want to be helpful and they want to partner with their family or their friend in the process and feel useful and like try to be proactive and being the one to find something. But you do exactly want that licensed Florida inspector. I do want to just add on to what you said about the mandatory thing. That's just a good thing to remember. I ran into that myself recently with someone who was buying a home, putting a bid on a home that was new construction. And they were saying it was like, oh, well, it's new construction, so I probably don't need an inspection, or this home was built like a year ago. Maybe I could save on that expense. But, I just said, hey, your lender's probably still going to want that. Let's not forget to still schedule that in our time window. And of course, even as newly built as the home was, some things came up that he was like, oh, wow, I'm actually going to be adamant about seeing if we can have this addressed. And fortunately, we were able to negotiate with the seller side to get that done.
Yeah, absolutely. Because really the inspection is there to protect the buyer and just make sure that, you're not getting involved in something that you can't see if, when you walk in, or, it needs to be really looked at deeper. You should be prepared to, if you can, attend the home inspection. There's no reason why, as the buyer, you can't go when the inspector is supposed to be there, so that you can ask questions or just be really familiar with the things that might go into the report. I know that we have a lot of clients who are out of town, and I am always there. If they're not able to come into town for the inspection, then I absolutely will be present. And I know that you guys probably do that too, just so that when we get the report, we're really familiar with the things that might have been listed, because we were there to have that one-on-one conversation with the inspector in real time and really, have all those questions answered instead of just reading a report later. So it's important to be there if you can, or have your representation be there for you.
Yep, that's our policy here, Florida in Motion. We accompany the inspector, and like we've had some people like from up in New England. They came for the showing, couldn't stick around, scheduled the inspection a week later. We're there, following along, we're getting a sort of a summary of the report before it gets written up. And like you can be there in spirit. We'll like put you on FaceTime with the inspector, follow him around. He can like point out the things and give you that one-on-one chance to be there in spirit.
Yeah. And the inspection also, like it can, obviously, depending on the size of the property, it can take anywhere from, an hour and a half to 3 hours or so, just again, depending on the size and what they really need to look at. So being prepared to, set aside that chunk of time to deal with the inspection, be there and really just, be involved in the whole process. It will definitely give you peace of mind, and it just kind of helps smooth the transaction along, just to see where everybody is and then the state of the property. So just some things to look out for. And obviously, if you guys have any questions about the inspection process, we are here to answer any and all of those burning questions. But it's a good thing to know about, for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah, I was saying there, like, they'll take us kind of like one of the rules of Fight Club. They take as long as they have to. It's the same thing with inspections. It could be 2 hours, 3 hours. Some of those companies are so notoriously thorough. Like you'd be at a place for 5 hours, just know it's all there to furnish you with as much knowledge as possible. Like we'll stay there, but you can leave and grab a lunch real quick or do something and
exactly.
and come back at the end. So
Absolutely.
great. Tanya, you had an update about something fun about the entertainment district. Some changes happening here in the Disney area.
Yes, that's right. This project takes us to the heart of Florida, where plans are underway to transform the landscape near the iconic Walt Disney World. So this will be right on the crossroads of I-4 and US 192, and it will be called the Ovation Project. It's a 77-acre entertainment district teaming life and energy. And this project, spearheaded by the mayor's group, aims to redefine leisure and hospitality in our region. Now, what's in store for us here in this project? It looks like hotels, retail havens, delectable dining options, cocktail lounges, some offices, and even the Ferris wheel that will be all seamlessly integrated into this district. So it sounds like it's going to be an amazing project. And if we dive deeper into the blueprint, what's going to look better is the landscape, the luxury, and the comfort. And it will be a 350 room with a lot of elegance and intimate space, and 150 to 175 room accommodations. So this project, the Ovation Projects, really offers an unforgettable experience, and we invite everyone to stay tuned, because as soon as we hear a timeline, we will definitely keep you posted on that.
Awesome. Thank you, Tanya. And bookending that, I think you were able to add to some of the hotel plans as far as a theme park are concerned. Virginia.
Yeah, so this is exciting. SeaWorld last week, they submitted an application for a second hotel, that is right attached to Discovery Cove. And so SeaWorld really wants to get into the hotel business. And a lot of that stems from them offering vacation packages. And right now they currently have vacation packages where they have to promote hotels that are off of their own property. And so it kind of makes sense for them. They have a lot of underutilized land. And so they're going to have a second hotel next to Discovery Cove. It's going to have 250 rooms, so it's a pretty significant size. It will have a walkway to Discovery Cove, restaurant, gift shop, spa, all those amenities that will go along, bungalows and other cool things. The first hotel that they had an application for being the one that is a 30-acre hotel, and that's attached to the main SeaWorld property. And these will be beginning to open in 2026. So not too far off from now, but like I said, it just makes sense for SeaWorld to have their own on-site hotels for guests to come and really enjoy that whole package experience. So that's something cool to look forward to.
I know some of our viewers really are plan their vacations that far ahead. And even though hotels aren't normally the kind of housing or real estate we normally deal in, they're a good part of this process, because so many people, like, they fly into the area, they want to get housed in a good place. They try to hit maybe the two birds with one stone, with like amuse ourselves with the vacation and the Florida attractions, and maybe also see some houses while we're in town. So I mean, you have a chance, a real opportunity to visit with us, stop by our office. We are so easily centrally located to Disney that it's really not too far out of your way to just go to Celebration, the town built by Disney, and come see us for some properties, or hey, give us a call with our numbers below. And we'll let you know about anything else going on with the hotels or things that are cool to stop by, because those options for hotels in Central Florida can be very daunting, but it's a place to have a nice accommodation while you start your home search with us. There's even two hotels in the town of Celebration that Disney built. And
it definitely just makes it easier for people to like you said, kill two birds with one stone. Come on in and have a fun day at the parks, and then, we'll show you some beautiful properties. So all good stuff.
And speaking of beautiful properties, just wanted to conclude this with actually a market update that I saw about the Orlando area. Home sales jumped 26% last month, it is saying here, according to Orlando Business Journal. A rise in February for the first time in 8 months for Orlando home sales. Prices going up as well. We're not, we're seeing healthy kind of normal incremental price increases, where we were they're not quite as dramatic as those drastic spikes we were seeing in 2020, 21 per se. But basically, the Orlando Regional Realtor Association, otherwise called ORA, reports sales jumped 26.5% in January over the short month, ending a slump that had kind of started since June. Basically, sorry, scrolling down to the highlights here. The buyers, this market is just starting to feel a little bit normal. Some realtors are starting to say, buyers are buying, sellers are selling, inventory is increasing a bit, and it's maybe they're saying it's a little bit more equilibrium. It's not feeling like necessarily a buyer's or seller's market. They're saying it's just a market, according to some of our agents. And I can kind of get behind that. Highlights including a medium price hitting 377,000, up from 360,000 in January. So if you're kind of looking for that median Orlando home price, home spent an average of 57 days on the market, very kind of similar to January. So if you're like kind of thinking about like what the timeline is, if you're prepping to sell your home, maybe expect that. We do our best, of course, on here to promote your homes, expedite that sale. We're so blessed to have this YouTube research where we promote our listings on this channel here to get that word out there to maybe expedite your own days on the market. Inventory, as I said, it's gone up about 5%, and that's up even like nearly 8% from the previous month total. So basically, and of course, they're seeing the interest rates dipping slightly from 6.6 to 6.5%. So as these interest rates tick down a bit, they are still, out there saying a bit of an obstacle for the resale market because the cost of borrowing money, but we work to put you in context with the best in our Rolodex. We got some lenders who we can share the best new programs with you. And of course, we've been putting out these videos lately with regards to inventory with new construction across various communities in Orlando. And those new construction builders typically will provide some pretty good incentives and some attractive rates with working directly with their lenders, if that has kind of proven to be a hesitation with pulling the trigger to get your own home search going. And like I said, always challenge our viewers to go up into the search box in YouTube, type in the name of a new construction community here in Orlando, type in the name of a city or a town and add near Disney. See if we've already created a fun video about that area to give you that great information. And if not, welcome you to go into the chat, go into the comments section, say, hey, I'm super interested in this community. Haven't seen you made a video about it yet. Would love to have that content. Don't think that we won't make a whole video series just on comments. We have done it before.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, it looks like the market's getting healthy there. Saying the minimum qualifying income was $104,000 for a mortgage, assuming a 20% down payment. So we will, like I said, talk to you about all that good stuff, where you stand, what makes sense to buy, and what is a good fit for your budget and your checklist.
Absolutely.
So that was the breadth of the main articles that we brought. I'm going to just chuckle the chat real quick since I invited that commentary. But hey, even if you missed the live stream, you can just go into the comments. These videos do become evergreen once they're no longer live, and we'll just be happy to check in on you or do one better. Skip the YouTube comment. Our phone numbers are below. if you have
Yeah,
any
just
of
call
those.
us direct.
Yeah, you can get right to us.
Mhm.
Appreciate that. So
Absolutely.
thanks for watching. We appreciate if you hit the like button or if you subscribe to this channel so you don't miss new videos coming in. We've got some great stuff in the pipes, that's for sure.
Very good. All right. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.